Welcome back to another episode of Relationship Tea with Tina for pop culture breakdown, whatever we're calling it. I think I changed the name like every fucking time I post it, but with Paige.
Okay.
So update me a little bit on what you've been up to, what you've been watching. I know you're planning for a trip, actually.
Yes, planning for a trip, going to London and then Ghana. Majority of time will be spent in Ghana.
Yeah, this will be a culture shock.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a culture shock?
I'm ready. I'm excited. Need to do some research.
Yeah.
Make sure I have my whole packing list lined up.
Of course, see an Excel document with everything that I need.
Getting that set up this weekend. Got my visa confirmation, so that's on its way. Feeling a lot better about that. Got to get our shots. And then, yeah.
What kind of shots do you need to go to Ghana?
I think I don't know.
Something. I'm just getting a shot for something and then show up and
I'd be more healthy.
I know.
Well,
where do Doug's family live there?
It's in Accra, which is actually one of the main cities.
Yeah. So is it city vibes? What are you
I think there's both. I think there's both. And then you city, but also not much big African town area. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it'll be fun. There's definitely clubs they want to, his brothers want to go to, a club one night.
Oh,
and that's really interesting.
Okay.
But yeah.
Do you have, traditional outfit for the wedding?
So, they do an engagement party the night before, or, the day before. And so, it actually sounds like guests of that, family wear white.
Oh, that's
which
cool.
is interesting. Yeah, so they're making me a dress, making everyone their own dresses.
That's so nice.
Yeah, what style I wanted, and then Doug will get his outfit. It's not kente print. His will be white too.
Yeah.
And then for the wedding, I actually need to figure that out. I don't know what color or what style dress I'm supposed to wear, so I need to text her this weekend. I just be is there something specific?
I know.
Should I get a green, yellow, or red dress that's kente?
Will you and Doug could also try and match too?
Yeah, that would be fun. That'd be fun. That would be really fun, right?
So I don't know, but I know one from London to Ghana.
Yeah,
I'm jealous you're going to London. I'm not really wanting to go to London. Are you gonna do IT?
Oh my god, we have to.
I feel like you really have to do it.
Yeah, we have to. And I wish we were gonna be there longer, but we'll just have to go back another time.
Well, prioritize what you want. What do you need to see?
I want to just do the big sightseeing. I want to see Buckingham Palace, all those things.
Don't touch them. Don't touch those guards. I was watching this random ass TikTok the other day, and they would a tourist would walk up to one of the guards, and they would I think it was just automatic. They needed something to hold on to, so they would reach their hand up to the horse and something, and the guard would literally bark at them,
stop, yell at them,
and the horse would literally freak out on them. So,
I won't do that. Just do that.
Stand to the side,
yeah. Want to do some shopping, and we just reminded me that it's the OG Soho, so we should do some shopping. We'll never say no to that stuff.
I love that Duck's Lips shop. So
I kind of wanted to do something Harry Potter themed, but everything Harry Potter themed, it tracks. It's just really time consuming.
It is.
So, there's a play that they have, and I think it's, something 6 hours. And I'm we can't take
so no.
And then there's, the Harry Potter world, their museum. Yeah, the museum.
Yeah.
But that's, hours away. So it would be a whole day trip. So, we can't do that either.
Well, maybe they have something that's, at least a little bit.
Maybe, a restaurant, or a bar. I don't know, something themed.
I know. Well, you have to find it.
Yeah.
If not, I will fully go to London just to do Harry Potter stuff.
Right?
I know. The whole Harry Potter thing.
We should do that.
Because when we went to Universal that Christmas, I'm still not over that Christmas. I think it's still one of my favorite Christmases we had. Yeah. But we didn't get to, walk around Harry Potter's town.
That's true. We just, went on that one ride.
Yeah. Because it was nighttime, and Paul was acting like a little grumpy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, I was going to ask you what you're watching, but we already know what we're watching. So we're watching Love is Blind.
Yeah.
All the 8 seasons. And I like this season. I didn't watch... Did I watch last season?
Oh, yeah, you did. It was Izzy and Stacy and Mel was his name? And what was her name? Claudia? Or...
I don't remember. But then in the season before that, the super tall black dude, skinny Melvin.
Yeah.
They are still together and they're still so cute.
I love that when you go for that.
I know. Me too, because I am fully convinced that love is not blind.
No, it's not. We all know
it's not fucking blind. And I also found out, like, because after we finished last night's episodes, my husband claimed he wasn't into the show. But
after last night's episode?
No, before. The minute that, like, I started them, he was like, what's happening? What do you mean? I'm like, take your fucking headphones out because I'm not going to sit here and narrate to you.
No. Yeah.
And then after the episodes ended, he did, like, a Reddit deep dive.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He did a Reddit deep dive and found out all the tea.
Oh,
he found out all the tea. And I've also been, like, scrolling TikTok, too, obviously, and then things come out on TikTok. But, yeah, I have initial thoughts from, like, beginning to end.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So, I think that... Wait, what was I going to say about the... Oh, what he did find out on Reddit was that it's actually quite common for... Everybody, every season, has at least disclosed what they actually look like to people. Wait, one way or another. But they never show the footage on the show because that's not the fucking point of the show.
Wait. So, like, for example, Kenny and, what was her name? What's her name?
Kenny and Amy.
I always forget. Yeah.
No, Brittany. Kenneth and Brittany.
Yes.
Oh, but it's the school principal guy.
So, like, he had to say I'm a super tall black man, and she had to say, like, I'm a petite white woman?
I think that they just say doppelgangers. The way that Jimmy and Chelsea gave doppelgangers, and we only saw Chelsea's doppelganger that she said, but Jimmy also gave a doppelganger, too. And we didn't see that. He said he looks like some football player. I can't remember the name.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Do you see it?
So... Yes and no. Doug actually was saying that from, like, the beginning of the show.
Really?
He was like, want to be Christian McCaffrey, kept calling him CMC.
Oh my god.
And so then I was just laughing because I kind of knew what Christian McCaffrey looked like.
Yeah.
But then he found a meme today and said, be the meme.
Oh my god.
And I was like, where'd you
I don't know. He's always one step behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he told Chelsea that he looked like her.
Yeah.
And she would be fair. Okay, Chelsea's getting a lot of hate, and I gotta stand up for my girl. Because, one, she said, people tell me I look like Megan Fox.
Yeah.
I don't see it, but because of the eyes and the hair.
And I think her lips without the structure of her face. Like, if it's all broken apart.
If you go like this.
Yeah.
I see it.
Right. Same. Yeah. I agree with you, like, to cut her some fucking slack.
Seriously.
I will say, though, like, Megan Fox is...
bombshell.
Like, she is known for being the hottest of the hot. Like,
no.
And you are just really setting yourself up for that, knowing, like, what Jimmy's other interests looked like.
Yes.
Who, it's like...
Also, the context of how she said it, too, got me, because now... Edits, sure, probably the way it was edited, whatever. But if you look at it from the episode we watched, the context that she told him she looked like her, Jimmy started having a conversation with her, and he was in that moment of, like, I'm choosing between you and someone else. And he literally, like, had that moment that he said that out loud to her, and he was, like, having that kind of, like, I don't know, he was like, I'm torn between two people, and then she dropped the...
Oh, it was like a Hail Mary, speaking of football terms.
It was.
So she used it.
I know. Yeah. Chelsea has looked at this now as a competition.
Right.
And I think I have notes on that, but I think that later down the line, that's going to, like, bite her in the butt because she's now had the feeling that she's been competing against Jessica.
Yeah.
Since day one.
Yeah.
So then that's obviously going to create insecurities.
Yes.
In any woman. I'm sorry, but, like... Jessica?
I mean,
what the?
She was her speech. I don't know if that's in your notes. I think it's there, but it was everything.
It was
for it.
But then, like, I stopped being a fan, and I want newer episodes.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. She's being a little uncool.
Yeah. And, like, okay, so my first thing that I really wanted to touch on, guys, I have notes. I have lots of
There's so much to talk
about. Okay, so I wanted to bring this up because obviously this is a relationship podcast, and I really enjoyed the question they asked in the pod of what is your social media following like? Who asked that? Was that AD?
It was someone, I can't remember, but I did too.
Right?
I thought that was a really good question. I think it's like, it sets up your expectation because if you're talking to someone, probably a girl more likely, who you come out of the pods with and they have like 150K, 100, like all these Instagram followers, like that is going to like be a part of your dynamic in your relationship. She's going to be getting DMs from guys. She's going to have all these random guys following her. She probably likes to post risque pictures and not survive. Like, who knows?
Right.
Unless she has followers for another reason.
Right. But also that question could be taken as like, not only what is your social media following like by how many followers you have, but also like who do you follow?
That's true. Oh yeah, that's true. That was a good... I wish I remembered.
Me too.
Ask that, but that's such a good perspective,
right? Like, what kind of accounts do you follow? I personally follow all of like motivational quote accounts. Right. I follow, what else do I follow? Like nothing that like is crazy.
Right.
Honestly, I hardly even look through my feed following. Anyway, I just look at stories lately.
I'm a psychopath. I still scroll through my feed all the way and catch.
No, you fucking don't.
I do until I've like fully caught up, and then I also watch stories.
Oh my god! Yeah, you scroll all the way until you're all caught up.
I don't read everything, like meme accounts. I skip through a lot of like famous people accounts. I skip through.
Right.
But if I see like a friend that I like care about, I'll like take a look.
Like you're gonna be not better at that.
I mean, I wouldn't say you're missing a ton of great content, but I don't know. But still, there's some good stuff, especially because I follow so many Bravo things that I need the updates there.
I got that.
Might not be in the stories.
But y'all, you're dating. Ask that question. And don't just ask how many followers they have. Like, ask what they follow.
Yeah.
Because if they're following fitness influencers, what kind?
Right.
For what? For what?
Right.
I was always curious, right?
Yeah.
And I just think that, okay. So I have a point on this. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up from the very beginning of the pods that you got on your list?
I wanted to chat about, like, Matthew, but he's, like, super irrelevant now.
I know.
But I did see something somewhere that someone was talking about the reason he was acting so weird is because he lives a sober life. And so the, like, juxtaposition of, like, all these people drinking and getting to know each other while drinking, and he's sober, like, he's probably going to seem more stiff. And I didn't see the actual, like, post he posted about it. I just heard someone talking about it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting and a really good point. And, like, I don't know, I went super flip-floppy with him, and, like, there were points where I was like, wow, I, like, really feel bad for this guy. And at other times I'm like,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's getting
so, yeah.
I'm not killing about it.
Yeah, it would, I guess.
But then he softened up.
Yeah.
And then when he softened up with AD, I was like, oh, he's probably just very shy. He's had a wall up. He's insecure or whatever had him going into every date like an interview, like very corporate, very, very corporate.
Right.
But then we didn't get to see any of the game he was spitting at. What's her name? Amber?
Yeah.
What about that
was? Her name was Amber. Yeah. No, it was very confusing because, like, literally in my notes, I'm like, so sweet that he was opening up, and then I'm like, Matthew was just not it. No. And I'm like, so he went from like 0 to 100. That real funny. I just feel bad though, because if it was the case that he was like insecure, doesn't know how to open up to people, and he's like sober around drunk people, like that's uncomfortable.
I get that because like I haven't been drinking. I drink Tina over here. I don't drink alcohol anymore. I know you haven't been drinking.
Yeah. And it's something that's awkward. Like, you can be as personal as you want. I know. It's still weird.
It is really weird.
Yeah.
Especially when you're, like, the only sober person around everyone else who's drinking.
Oh, my God.
You don't really have anything to kind of, like, relate to because you're just not on that level.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I was going to make a whole episode soon about how kind of, like, your friend groups start to change a little bit, who you choose to share energy with when you're not going out and partying kind of shifts a little. So, I don't know. That's just kind of something, like, eventually I do want to talk about, but
yeah,
that brought me to Trevor.
Yes.
Now, I originally liked Trevor.
I did too.
So-
Then Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh my god, that's such a good one!
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes. Oh my god,
Yeah.
he was!
Yeah.
Perfect. He was.
Yeah.
He really was.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought he was a good person for Chelsea
Yeah.
because he was so sure about her. Because she kind of gives off that like anxious attachment vibe.
Yes.
And he seemed, I say this now, he seemed as if he gave off like very secure. So when she broke up with him is when I was kind of like, he's asking her the hard questions.
Yeah.
And I found that to be important.
I loved that he was doing.
Me too. Instead of just like, wow, fuck you for choosing someone else. But he was like, you're really gonna choose someone that's debating between you and somebody else?
Right. How does that make you feel?
I know. I know. So I learned, though, new things about Trevor, and I might as well just say them now because he doesn't get any airtime.
Right.
But you know me and the TikTok scrolling that I do, and everyone on TikTok deep dives. But Trevor had a girlfriend.
I'm shook by this because I did not know. I did not see this.
Yeah.
That surprises me so much and it makes me so sad.
Me too.
It really pisses me off. And it shows why he was so, like, tunnel vision for one person. But it didn't matter for him.
No.
In the end. She didn't want him.
Mm-hmm.
He can go home and do it by himself.
Because they had, and his girlfriend knew that he was going on the show because everyone knows once you go on the show, you get clout.
Right.
You get, like, low-key famous.
So is that what he wanted, or does he have, like, a business that he wants to, like, promote? Or does he really just wanted, like, a few thousand more Instagram followers?
I didn't see that he had a business that he wanted to promote. I think he wanted to grow, get famous. Plus, once you do that and you do grow a following, brands are going to work with you. You get more money.
Right.
But his girlfriend was, like, texting him throughout the time, and he, like, stopped texting her. And then there was, like, because she had receipts. She put out those text message receipts. And he was saying, like, yeah, I had a conversation with one of the other guys on the show while we both had an agreement that, like, oh, no fucking way we're getting married no matter what.
Who was the other guy?
He didn't say the name. It was like they met on the plane and realized they were both on the show.
Oh, this has to come up in the reunion.
Right?
It has.
They have to do a better job at taking, like, the shit that comes out on the reunion without Vanessa, like, fucking loses the deep end. Like, reel it in.
Yeah.
And it's very like, do how to talk about it.
Oh my god, that is so interesting.
Right? And then sad.
It's really
Yeah,
sad.
I'm sad because I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
I was really rooting for him.
Honestly, too. Wreck-It Ralph.
I know. So,
Wrecked it. I guess.
let's talk about AD.
Okay.
What is your thought?
Originally, I loved her.
Yeah.
And now, with those, like, later episodes, I very much go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it, which might have, like, something to do with the way Clay acts towards her. So, like, it's hard to say, like, how you would react to the way he acts.
I know.
I think, like, sometimes she maybe, like, isn't giving back the emotion that he's giving her.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like.
Okay.
I also did not appreciate her shaking her ass for everyone and flirting with all the guys.
Right? It does give off that flirting vibes. And, like, I get it. You work for your body, girl. Own it. Be confident.
Right.
I was like, oh, she's a confident ass queen. But then there's, like, a difference between, like, being confident
Right.
and showing off what you have to make almost other women feel uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And I will say I do not think production did her any favors because they kept showing her. But
Yeah.
But did you notice that she was always standing in the pods?
Yeah, she was.
So it's like that you're just asking for them to
Show your body. I know. And then talk about it. And then talk about it. Because on the beach scene when Jimmy, like, that whole moment
Yeah.
when he's like, oh, she's stacked.
Yeah.
Okay, if your partner said, oh, she's stacked, how would you perceive that?
She does they have a nice ass.
Okay, right?
Right.
People are, like, calling Chelsea, like, out of pocket for getting as upset that she did.
Oh,
Now, I need everyone to, like, calm the fuck down on that because, like, I think any woman, no
yeah.
matter how confident you are,
Right.
would feel insecure about that.
I think so too. I think, like, it's different him saying it on his own
Yeah.
versus, like, maybe, like, you go to your significant other, oh, she's got a banging body.
Right.
You can't even deny it.
Right.
And if they say, yeah, I'd be like, okay, glad we can agree.
Let's move on.
Right. But, like, he brought it up on his own, and then the way AD react was just awful. Like, she should have just said, like, thanks, turned around and gone on her merry way. You don't fucking twerk.
And or have a long-winded conversation with him in front of Chelsea like that.
So weird.
When everything is still so fresh. And that show, whether it seems like it or not, it's competitive because you're dating everyone who's then there at the beach with you.
Right.
So, like, I understand Chelsea's reaction to that.
I do too.
You know, like, I can't fault her.
I completely do too.
Because we've all had a moment of acting out of emotion. In a moment.
Right.
So, this just seems highlighted. And so, I think that, like, if you're sitting over here saying, she's like this, and she's too insecure, and she drives me fucking crazy, like, ask yourself if you've ever had a moment.
Right. Put yourself in that position.
Yeah, because I have.
I think also what probably added to that was, like, to Chelsea's knowledge, and, like, maybe I'm forgetting, but to Chelsea's knowledge, like, Jimmy and AD weren't a thing.
Right.
Pod. So it's like, now she has this other competition that she already knows that he was so, like, and he never said he loved her, but he liked Jess so much.
Yeah. I know.
And now it's, like, just adding fuel to her, like, little fire.
I know. You know, the one thing I will say, though, is production really did Chelsea dirty with her T-Rex run. Okay?
Oh, my God.
I
know. I thought this was bad. No, it was so bad. I felt so, like...
But I know why she ran like that is because I don't think she felt confident in her body to stand there and own it and let Jimmy take it all in.
Right.
Take her all in.
That's actually, I didn't even think about that.
So that her immediate reaction is to run to avoid any discomfort, because you can tell when a couple meets each other that the couples that feel confident in who they are and in the relationship and their appearance, physical appearance, they don't hold the other person in so long, so repetitively. So let me kiss you in an effort to not let them see their full self.
Oh, that's so true. That's so true.
You can tell when they're trying to hide in that moment behind the kiss me, tell me all these things.
Right.
They're like, let's go sit down.
Yeah, which is weird because you think you like if you're really that insecure, don't even want to, like, get it over. Like, this is who I am, and you can still get down on one knee now in front of me or not.
But I didn't even get down on one knee until, like, later on. Took him a minute.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
I know.
I did the ring. She got was very nice. I must say that.
It was really nice. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Also on the AD comment, when her and Clay were having that first initial conversation, was it at the beach? And Clay was like, "No, if you get pregnant, I'm gonna make sure your ass is in the gym."
That's that. If you get pregnant, right?
And then she was like, "But what if I get pregnant?" He's like, "I don't care."
That really pissed me off. I was just like, who are you to tell her what she needs to do? And, like, if you're worried about someone's health, I get it.
Fine.
But you can approach it in a nice way. Like, you've known this girl for 5 days. Have a really long, like, relax.
Yeah. Please. Relax. And also, he was very upfront to be like, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, he just said that. I'm fucked up. And she's like, oh, it's so strong of you to admit that. I'm like, what?
Wait a second.
Like, I get
You skipped a few steps here.
like, I get it being vulnerable and owning your flaws.
Right.
Of course. Right. But, like, this man sitting here telling you he's fucked up. I don't know if I would take that as chill.
Right. Like, and so he decided to come on a dating show.
Yeah.
To get married.
Right.
In this state of mind that he's not even fully comfortable as with.
Especially with what we learned about his fears in these newer episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
All he does is talk about cheating on her.
Right. It's like you're manifesting that for yourself, dude.
I just like his idols. What?
I'm sorry. What? That's who you're looking up to. P. Diddy was just in the news. Like, obviously they filmed this way before the news broke. But, like, I'm pretty sure, like, people have known that P. Diddy is, like, a sketchy dude. And, yeah. It didn't age well after what P. Diddy was just in the news.
For real. Like, who else did he say? He says someone else, and he's like, they all cheat.
JC, was it?
No, but he was talking about basically like how every black man is perceived to cheat.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that.
No, it's stereotyping. It's also like putting zero faith in himself.
Exactly. I understand there's probably a lot of unhealed trauma there.
Right.
From whatever his dad used to do, because it sounds like when his dad would break him on those trips.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's horrible.
that is really sad to hear. But he's basically telling us, woman, I'm about to cheat on you.
This is our situation.
Right? Okay, weird. Weird.
Yeah.
So, do we address the, Laura's bean dip comment?
Oh my god, what the fuck? I don't understand. Personal, never in my life. It's also weird. Why did you jokingly tell him to do it? Guys are stupid. They're gonna bring something.
Exactly.
Especially to AD, who we know has no problem flying her
Exactly. But also, like, is that fetishizing, like, the only black woman on the show by making that comment? Like,
right.
Could you say I'm gonna go and bean dip, like, a white woman?
Right.
Like, I don't know what that term fucking means.
I don't know, and I want to learn it because it's just so interesting.
It was bizarre.
Yeah.
It was bizarre. Although Laura is kind of giving me mean girl vibes.
Yeah, the way she's, like, snickering with Jess, and, like, I don't know if we want to get into that yet, but, like, hyping Jess up to message Jimmy when she's mad that Sarah Ann did that.
I'm like, do you find it appropriate that she walked onto Jess and was like, pack your shit, you know, my life?
That rubs me the wrong way. I feel like I get Chelsea told her, like, don't tell anyone he said I love you, but, like, if you're that good of a friend, you're just gonna tell her.
And let me see it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no.
Right. And she's gonna have to leave maybe eventually.
It's just not Laura's place to make that decision for Jess, and in such, like, a coy, was it coy? Or it's just kind of like that would instill anxiety and panic in me if someone came up to me and said, leave. Right. Trust me, I need to protect you at all costs. Like, I don't fucking know you.
Right, but you can't tell me why. Right. That was when Jess was still hopeful.
Yeah.
So that, like, just crushed everything. Right. For her. And then, yeah, that's that.
Laura in itself kind of, like, showed me, like, her whole thing on, Jeremy's, I have to say Jeremy.
I spell with an A.
Jeremy. With his Hawaiian shirts, and the recent episode where he met her parents and she decides to tell them about the DM from Sarah, whatever.
Yeah. Why? Like, you just leave it. You guys can deal with it between yourselves, and you do not need to involve the family.
The first time they meet him.
Right.
Like, holy poor guy.
Never had a chance.
Yeah, so it's like, now.
Right. Well, that's another thing. Are we getting into that yet?
I don't know. Okay, but I do have to comment, like, maybe I need to move to Charlotte because all these people have these nice-ass houses.
I know.
Houses. They all have these adulting houses.
They're so nice, and they're big, like, spacious. They really, really nice.
Right?
Yeah, I think that just is, like, everywhere, but...
Clay's house kind of depressed me that he was like...
I know. And it's obviously not everyone's choice of decor, but, like,
of course.
He even tried. Like, there's decorations, there's furniture.
The silk pillow on her side.
Yeah. I know. That was really nice.
I know. I thought that was thoughtful.
Yeah.
And Jeremy's house, he put his money where his fucking mouth was with the cleanliness.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god, it was spotless. Maybe I was like, I feel like this is staged.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's staged.
No, the drinks in the fridge look like my fridge. Everything faces the same way.
Perfect, like, the plates and, like,
Yes.
I was like, what?
I know.
OCD, I think.
Right? Okay, so I think that we can get Kenneth and Brittany
Out of the way.
out of the way.
I'm so confused. That was actually next on my list after the bean dip joke.
Like, I had high hopes.
Can I tell you what I think it is?
Of course.
Okay, so I think after AD said the comment to him about, are you sure you're okay with a white woman raising black kids?
Yeah.
I think he thought about it more when they were on the boat. I think he was thinking about it a lot.
So
he shut the hell down.
Production was setting it up.
I know. Oh my god. And I think he was just like ruminating on that and decided that he maybe doesn't want a white spouse, and that he it's not his like position to say that to someone, right? Like, you can't say, I know you're not going to be able to do this, or I think you're going to struggle, or we're going to struggle because of this, because like you don't know. But I just think he realized that, like, maybe that was important to him, because that is the only thing I can think of.
Me too.
Unless there's just some huge,
like, other woman situation.
Yeah, that we don't know about.
I think so, too. But, you know, I gotta get Brittany handled that conversation they did have in that hotel when they were still in very well.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, I've dated, like, black men in the past, you know, like, I understand. And she wasn't trying to devalue his, like, you know, what it would feel like.
Right.
And she wasn't trying to be like, well, that doesn't matter. She actually, like, really, I feel like, put a lot of very good points into a conversation around a topic that's not very easy to touch on.
I loved how she reacted.
Right?
Yeah, I thought it was very mature.
Yes.
For their age.
Yeah.
She's 24, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked.
I know. I really loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, also, like, I think Kenneth, people were, like, giving him props for how he broke up with her. And how it was, like, all, like, mature and clear and communicated it well. You know, that man sat on his he wanted a relationship with his son. Of course, Anthony kept seeing beams of, like, Kenneth's his real relationship, and it's just guys fucking phones. Like, yeah, it is. But, like,
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of why he was so cold was she was crying in that moment and just dismissing her feelings altogether, is that he just has, like, such an avoidant attachment style and or an avoidance of actually knowing what to do when someone is feeling emotions.
Yeah.
Because that can make people feel very uncomfortable and not know what to do depending on how you grew up or whatever you... But he put on a facade.
He really... I was so disappointed. That I didn't like that conversation personally. I felt so bad for her.
Me too.
I think even if he doesn't know what to say or, like, can't figure out the word, like, you just say that. Like, I really don't know what to say right now, but, like, can we sit on this? Like, I was shocked when they were like, we're breaking up. I was like, what do you mean you're breaking? Like, what the fuck? You just met, and you don't have that, like, what word did she keep using?
She said
Crave. I'm like, okay, that can grow.
They can. But he was obviously not giving her any intimacy, and she kept trying to bid for the intimacy from him.
Yeah.
And I was like, what was this man doing out until 1:30 a.m. and then say he tried and to give her intimacy?
What do you mean?
You woke her up in the middle of the night when she had to wake up at 5 a.m. That was your attempt?
Oh, I'd be so mad. I'd be livid. Like, no, I don't want intimacy right now. I'm sleeping.
Right?
I have to be up in 4 hours for work.
Exactly. And, like,
You're a principal.
Right? What are you doing? What are you doing?
He can't see you. What are you doing?
I did it, and he was on his phone from the minute he got it back. He's like, I missed my phone. I love my phone. I missed my phone.
That's so bizarre. Like, what did you miss? What's on there that you are missing that bad? Because it sounds like another person.
I know. Yeah, like, I can see how the minute you get your phone back, everything changes. I go from, like, in being fully in the pods, only focused on, like, each other. As the young kids say, like, rizzing each other. What? Like, it sounds like a down game.
Oh. Okay.
You know, when someone's gone wide out.
Is this weird on?
It's so fucking bad. But it's like, when you, like, hit on someone?
Yeah. Okay. So it's like what used to be like pickup lines.
Yeah. Where you're just in game throughout the whole time.
Okay.
Then you're like in honeymoon phase and everyone like hooks up.
Yeah.
Then you get home. And then everything changes.
Right. That's true. That's a really good point. I feel like I like that they touched on that more this season and actually had them talk about it.
Yeah.
Because you never heard them talk, we finally got our phones back.
Right.
Our technology.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me go on Instagram and do all this because we know what Jeremy was doing on Instagram.
Right.
And we know what Sarah Rose was doing.
Sarah Ann. You need to talk. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I will say, regardless of if Laura's like a mean girl or not, that was a fucking mic drop moment, and I just need to applaud. Like, she waited and waited and waited, and then boom.
Because she was giving him any opportunity to tell her the truth.
And he lied, and he lied, and he lied.
And I think that his Apple Watch got him in trouble.
Wait, so what is the Apple Watch?
Because he's a fucking idiot, first of all. You're going to turn on your location. You think she's not going to check it?
Right.
Okay.
First, stupid. Yeah.
I also don't believe him for a second that he was going to turn around.
Right. He knew the whole time Sarah Ann was
Exactly.
The whole time.
He wanted to meet her because he told, I forget her name because they never gave him airtime, he told Amy on the beach that he was still interested in meeting her.
Yes, I remember that.
And she all weird.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck? Yeah, she was like uncomfortable.
So he planned that, meeting up with her.
Yeah.
From the beginning. And then I think he knew Sarah Ann was there the whole fucking time. They didn't bump into each other.
Yeah, and you're going to the bar at 11, like it closes in a few hours.
Exactly.
Like, called at 1:30, like.
And even if he was at a parking lot, which he obviously wasn't.
Right.
What are you doing in the parking lot?
Weird.
You know what you do in the parking lot.
Right. And we're not in fucking high school anymore.
So, but I think he shared his location.
Right.
Thinking she was either sleeping and never gonna check it, and or left his phone in his car.
Oh.
Or his Apple Watch to her house.
Moron.
Rookie move. The Apple Watch will always get you in trouble. That's how I got my husband. Yeah.
Apple Watch. So, I guess he has to have cellular on his Apple Watch.
Yeah. Because it's going to still track the location. And she straight up was like, I know where she lives.
Right.
You were at her
Right.
house.
Because then he kept, like, she dropped the mic, and then he kept trying to battle. She's like, no, she lives there.
I also knew he was guilty because why the fuck are you wearing your sunglasses in the house? Like, you're hiding. You were like, what are you doing? The minute that, like, shot the
ab, like, he's uncomfortable, he's insecure.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm been thumbs up.
Yeah, 100%. Till 5 in the morning, right? 5 in the morning with them? You're not, I mean, yeah, they had a lot to talk about, but you don't have that much to talk about. And, no. Like, you can talk later, and, like, call them.
Right. Call them. Also, like, I do a fucking, Kyle came home, my ex came home at 5 in the morning one time, and I straight up, he was straight up, fucking cheated at me at 5 a.m., yeah. His excuse was, oh, I went out with my cousin, and he went over to these other 2 girls' house, and I fell asleep on the couch.
Oh, there's no couch.
Oh, fuck.
There's no couch.
Unless you used it to hook up with the other girl.
Right.
Like, what?
Right. And then, what else? Was it this show or someone like, or am I thinking of our other addiction, Mary?
Oh, Mary at Versailles.
I don't know.
Anthony always gets them confused because when Kenneth and Brittany broke up, and Kenneth was on his phone going upstairs, like, call his friend or something, and he's like, oh, is he calling Pastor Cal? I was like, no, babe. Wrong show.
This is not the place. That's Lifetime.
Exactly.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I don't know. Yeah.
So bad.
So fucking bad. So fucking bad.
And there's no wedding scenes for them, so they obviously are over now.
Oh, I don't know. Because, of course, some girl on TikTok was like, in their contract, it says that they, regardless of if they broke up or not, have to go to the altar. And they owe $50,000. Unless production or someone gives them permission to not have to do that or something like that.
Okay, so, and then sometimes they just don't show it. Because there's been time to see all the weddings.
Exactly. But, I think that when Jimmy and Chelsea got in that fight,
Which one?
When she found out that Jimmy saw Jess's Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, you started picking fights and picking stuff wrong with us in our relationship ever since you saw her photo. Girl, that was you. She was looking for shit to be wrong ever since he saw her photo.
But Jess also contradicted that because Chelsea made it seem like he didn't see the photo until like days after they were home.
Yeah.
But then Jess said he followed me.
Yeah.
Like right after the honeymoon.
And then
Right?
followed her.
Yeah.
Unfriended her.
Yeah.
I'm confused on that.
Yeah.
And if Jimmy friended her, then realized how uncomfortable it made Chelsea, and then took that friendship back.
Right.
I kind of give him props for that.
I do too. Because he's like, oh shit, Jess is really hot. I'm engaged.
Right. So I'm not even going to have that temptation.
Right. Which is completely fair.
I think so.
But at the same time, like, yeah, I guess that's true because he unfriended her. I was going to say, like, Jess is no reason to lie about the timeline, but maybe Chelsea's
I don't know. Because
lying about the timeline.
All Jimmy does is talk. Oh, I love you, 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 I love you. But, like, I don't see the, like...
I don't think he does.
And want...
Yeah.
You know, when you want someone...
Right.
You don't really question them wanting you as much as she questions him wanting her.
Right. And it's also, like, the whole kissing thing when she was like, you haven't kissed me at all today. And then he was like, XYZ, I kissed you like 5 times.
I know.
And we had sex.
Right?
Like, that's also weird to me because, like, what delusion is Chelsea living in where she doesn't remember that? And, like, if you're so hung up on that, but you don't remember his kisses, like, do you even like his kisses?
Right? But that's also why I think that she's always looked at it as a competition now between her and Jess.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy perceived it that he was choosing between both of them. So in her mind, she's always going to feel less than Jess based off of Jess's, like, looks.
Yeah.
You know, even though I think Chelsea's fucking gorgeous.
I do too.
I really do.
I do too. And I wish she had more confidence in herself.
I know.
Because it screams insecurity and it's quite sad.
It is sad. But like the show almost kind of like breeds it.
Oh yeah, they are like, right? The production team is going ham on it and it's just like manifesting.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, like I got nothing for Johnny and Amy. I forgot their names because I get so little fucking airtime.
Actually, I do know what I want to talk about with them. It's the whole birth control thing because Johnny, what?
Okay. You find that wrong?
Well,
what do you think?
I don't, like, here's the thing. I don't think it's wrong that he wants her to be on birth control.
No.
I think it's wrong that he is, like, so dead set on, like, birth control being their only form of, like, protection. And, like, it's either birth control or vasectomy. Like, I'm so confused. Like,
why did he have an accident with a condom once?
Well, yeah, probably, but then he needs to say that because, like, it's giving, like, kind of weird to me.
Okay.
And I also think she needs to give a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Like, if you really aren't wanting a baby right now, then you guys need to agree on that. And then maybe you need to be more considerate of, like, what he wants, too.
Right.
A surgery, a mastectomy is a whole-ass surgery. Why is that her solution? Like, I'm just really confused on their whole, like, this being a thing. Yeah.
Or, like... I would have liked to also see her potentially educate Johnny on the fact that, okay, I can track my ovulation.
Right.
I can take precautions that don't involve me being on birth control.
Yeah.
So that no fucking accidents happen, y'all. Like,
that's true. But borders, you know, on birth control and off birth.
Exactly. So, like, other than that, I think they're really cute together.
I did
really want them to work out.
I did too. I had a feeling like they've got to work through this, but I don't see any wedding scenes with them either. So I'm like,
I saw the wedding scene, but then they did the whole thing where her face looked confused, as if like, he was gonna say no or something like that.
Okay.
But you never know.
Yeah,
they just fucking added that. But for some reason, like when they were at the dinner table with Johnny's family and his sisters, and they were like, I kind of like Johnny.
I do too. I don't not like him. I just think, like, honestly, I think both their approaches to the whole
immature
thing. Yeah, it's odd to me. Yeah, like just sit down and figure it out. Like it shouldn't be this like whole fight.
And girl, don't go on Married at First Sight if you know your daddy may not approve.
Love is blind. Wait, she thinks her dad.
Oh, remember the conversation in the pool where she's like, if my dad doesn't approve, I can't move forward.
But is that about like culture? Or is it about him?
I think it's about any guy in general. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
But it's like, you agreed to get engaged.
Right. So, yeah, you're going to say, sorry, my dad says no, but I don't.
Right.
So you're not going to get married.
Exactly.
That is something you need to, like, consider.
I don't know.
Signing up for the show.
Like, if mom said no, because our dad's opinion doesn't matter, and you listen to any previous episodes, what would you do?
After the fact, like, I'm engaged.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hard.
I know.
That's hard.
I know.
Like, I get where she's coming from, but at the same time, like, you should have that conversation with your family before. Be like,
going on.
You need to see it through to at least, like, let me either marry him or not. And then if, like, you guys do decide and don't approve, like, we can work through a divorce later.
Right.
Which sucks, but it's just, like, the price you pay with going on that show, potentially getting married. Like, you may or may not be divorced.
Right. And I think that it's important to, of course, get our friends and families, like, approval / validation. But it's your relationship.
Right. It shouldn't be the end all be all.
Right. Like, you gotta be with this person, not them.
Right.
And, like, if they mean that much to you, your family will soon grow to learn them and love them and get to know them and then eventually hopefully accept them.
Yeah, that can't happen always in a month.
Right?
That's not realistic. So, God, her dad shouldn't think that it is.
No. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I also think it's a really bad freaking look for Sarah to be sliding into Jeremy's DMs like that, though.
Oh,
that was next on my minds.
Yeah, 100%. Like, she knows they're gonna all meet up. And suddenly they always do their little hang out.
Yes.
Just wait. Like, let him be engaged.
I wrote on my notes. Jeremy talked to Sarah until 5 a.m. ... Mucho malo. Because it was like, I don't know why, like, do you remember Chantel's mom?
Yeah.
Karen.
Oh.
She just, like, how could you forget it? On her hat. Every time she would, like, talk about Pedro, she'd like, mucho malo.
Yes. So good. You don't watch 9 Day Fiancé, please, Dad.
Please. You'll be distracted for years. Her fucking years.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, like, those are all of my points.
Can we, before we finish, talk about the whole clingy comment?
Do you think she was being clingy?
I don't. I think she's just being insecure.
Me too.
And maybe he didn't want to say that.
He doubled the fuck down on a recent Access Hollywood interview.
Oh, really?
The interviewer asked him, you called Chelsea clingy. Do you still stand by that?
Yeah.
And he goes, honestly, I do.
Okay, so he's confused.
He's very
I don't think she was being clingy. Like, you are in a straight-up honeymoon phase.
Right.
It's normal to want, like, touch and kiss and have sex and be intimate with your partner.
Exactly. I think that he just doesn't want her like that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And that was, yeah.
But I think that he also doubled down on that same interview. He's like, I still think she lied about any way my folks.
Dude, get over it.
He does still fucking double the fuck down on that. No. But in the preview for the next couple episodes.
Oh, yeah.
When Chelsea's screaming at Jimmy, you fucked her, didn't you? Okay, who do you think that's about?
Jess.
I think it's about one of his girlfriends.
Oh, I just got chills a little bit because I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, like, I don't think it was Jess because that would just be, like, too fucking obvious. But remember how Chelsea has such a big problem with female friendships and all of that stuff? And let's be honest, ladies, if you have a man who has very close female friendships, you're gonna fucking question them and ask them, have you ever hooked up with them? Because that matters.
And it was weird that he brought them.
Yeah.
After knowing them for 2 years.
Right, and where's his family?
Right. It was the selection was weird. I get maybe people didn't want to be on TV.
Right.
Like, I don't believe that.
Right.
Your family, your son, or your brother, or whoever he has family-wise in his life.
Right.
Will bug up and be on TV to, like, help you get married, maybe.
But, like, Clay's mom flew out there.
Yeah.
They got him a tiff at that lunch that day.
Oh, that was uncomfortable.
I know. But his mom, like, put it down.
Yeah.
But I see AD's point.
I do too. I know. Like, that would really upset me. You committed this time to Love is Blind, to the experiment,
right?
So being engaged to me, take the extra 2 hours to dry, like 1 hour there, 1 hour back to dry. And stay with your fiance.
Like, at least sleep in the same house together.
Yeah, that upset me.
That was weird.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that I was one of his friends. Because remember when she was like, they were joking and she was like, yeah, she's a crier. His friends were like, oh, yeah, like with sex, they were talking about sex, and she was like making those innuendos about his...
Yeah, that was so uncomfortable.
Right?
Yeah.
And they were kind of just like, but I don't know which one it was.
Yeah. I feel like, I can't remember what they looked like.
I know. One of them was super blonde in like the white shirt. The other girl was like, she had like a black shirt on with more highlighty hair.
Yeah.
But I think that it was about them.
That's such a good, like, thought, because I would never have even thought that.
Yeah.
But you're right, that Jess is just way too obvious.
It is. And I just think that, like, female friendships are blurred lines.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
I had a problem with it when I started dating Anthony, because, like, there were lines being crossed until boundaries were being set. Right. And, you know, if you've been listening for a while, y'all knew that there was, like, a moment of that emotional, you know, like, infidelity in my own relationship. And it was with a friend of a female friend.
Right. Because you go to them because you know you can rely on them, and then they didn't blossom. Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that.
I know.
Does
Doug have any female friends? I don't think he does.
Not now. Like, now his female friends are his friends' wives or girlfriends or significant others.